Hey guys, Brian from Boas here. I've got some really awesome Holdback Locality Boas for my 2019 and 2020 Boa breeding seasons. Today I want to give you an update on some of these subadult Boas. I'm going to get out my close-up lens to get out close and personal with these beautiful constrictors, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So as you may know, I've said many times before, one of the major advantages with breeding boas are the holdbacks, and I always look forward to looking at the babies, sorting through them, deciding which ones are my favorites that I'm going to hold back and grow up as the next generation of breeding stock here at Boas. And the last few years I've certainly gotten to hold on to some really choice animals. By far the best way to build up a really high quality world-class breeding group of locality boas is to hold back your favorite offspring and then grow them up, and then you can take your breeding projects in whatever direction you have in mind. Today I'm going to show you some 2019 and 2020 babies. So these guys are around a year and a half or 2.5 years old. And first I'm going to show you this Barranquilla Peruvian Boa that was born in 2020. So this female is about a year and a half old. She's developing really nicely and should be a really nice breeder in a few years. She seems to be calming down as well. In fact, well, all my baby Peruvians are kind of nippy at first. I still have another female, her sibling, that's still kind of striking at me whenever I open her enclosure, but this one seems to be, relatively calm. So I'm going to take out my close-up lens and show you her up close and personal. There's the Barranquilla Peruvian female up close, and she looked like she was getting into strike position, so I'm not going to put my hand too close in there. But you can see the beautiful bow tie saddles. I think she's trying to get up to the camera there. Her beautiful red tail, and she's starting to get this nice yellow color. But really like this holdback. So I don't think she's going to cooperate too much to be filmed today. But we'll just maybe get you a little bit more here. Unfortunately, you can never take anything for granted when trying to film boas. They're just sometimes not the most cooperative of subjects. Of course, it doesn't help that my camera doesn't have autofocus when I'm doing videos. So anyway, hopefully you got a little bit of a look at this beautiful Peruvian. Here's another 2020 holdback that I think is going to be a little more cooperative than the Peruvian. This is a Crawl Cay Boa from a small island off of the coast of Belize. And you can see this animal grown quite a bit. She's still pretty small, but of course these are a dwarf boa. They're maybe 16 to 18 inches when they're born, and she's about 2 feet or so at this point. You can see this really cool stripe that she has towards her tail. Really love this animal, and the beautiful grayish, almost anerythristic coloration. And there's a close-up of her head, and I'll just give you kind of a panning shot. I was actually hoping she might move a little bit from the camera, but it's always good when they hold still, so you can just film them without them taking off. Well, this boa is just amazingly cooperative. I can even do kind of a side shot there. Really cool looking animal. Now we're back to a wide shot, and just wanted to mention that I've got the same pairing that produced this female is being paired up for 2022. So I hope to have some more of these beautiful baby Crawl Cay Boas sometime in the summer of 22. And now that I think of it, also the pairing that produced the Peruvian I showed you in the last scene, I also have set up. So hopefully some more Peruvian boas in the summer or early fall of 2022. Here's another red tail from 2020. This is a Suriname true red tail, and you can see this one is a little more cooperative than the Peruvian. The other thing you can probably notice, she's quite a bit smaller than the Peruvian, although she is catching up. And I did some videos doing size comparisons of these Peruvians with the Surinames, so check those out if you want. But it's really interesting how these Surinames are considerably smaller than the Peruvians at birth, and I think that's more the particular bloodline than that there's a difference in size between Peruvians and Suriname as a whole. Although the Peruvians are definitely among my biggest babies. And so this is a nice holdback female. She's looking really blue today. She kind of changes color a little bit, but she's looking kind of bluish, purplish today. But you can see those kind of pinched peak saddles, you know, clean dorsal surface, beautiful red tail. And so the father of this animal is one of my all-time favorites, probably my best Suriname I've ever produced, and I have him paired up again in 2022. So hopefully more beautiful animals from this bloodline, and sometime over this summer. There's a close-up of her head. I'll give you just a close-up panning shot so you can see the beauty of this true Redtail Boa. Here's another island boa, which I don't think she's going to sit still either, but this is a Subadult Pearl Island Boa. Not sure she's going to hold still at all today, but hopefully you got a glimpse of this beautiful patternless Pearl Island Boa from 2020, or 2019 rather. The Pearl Island Boas are among my most difficult boas to photograph. I'd say I'm lucky if 1 out of 10 times they hold still to photograph or to video them. But in contrast, here's another island boa, the Hog Island Boa, that's much easier to photograph. And this is a male who's from 2019. Very cooperative animal, just kind of chilling out. Beautiful animal. So this is actually a animal from a father from pure Sears bloodline, father from Vin Russo, and then an unknown bloodline mother that I got from Ron Greenberg. And I really love these animals. I like these guys better than my pure Sears. They just are a little bit darker, and they have a little bit more busy markings, more speckling. But the colors are just beautiful. All kinds of oranges and pinks and even some blues and greens. Just really beautiful animals. Let me show you some close-ups. And here's a close-up of that hog. He's kind of started moving around a little bit, but hopefully you can still see the details of his beautiful colors. There's a side shot. He's got a lot of nice colors in his side. The pinks and greens, and just beautiful. I love the speckling also. If things go well, I hope to have some more babies from the same bloodline of Hog Island Boas sometime in the summer of 2022. So please stay tuned if you've been looking to get some beautiful pure Hog Island Boas. One more bonus boa here, and this is a little bit cheating because I didn't actually produce this animal, so she's technically not a holdback, but she is a 2020 that I'm growing up. And I just had to show you her because I showed you some animals of a similar age. This is a Barranquilla Colombia Boa, produced by my good friend Michael Beach, and definitely one of my favorites. And I got these animals relatively recently. They're 2020 babies, and I just really love this locality. It's just really grown on me. Definitely one of my top 5 localities, maybe even higher than that. But just a beautiful, beautiful animal for someone that wants a classic Colombian pure locality. The Barranquilla is about as good as you can get. And this animal is just phenomenal, and she's really been developing nicely as she's grown. She's got this beautiful pinkish magenta color with a little bit of orange. It's just a really amazing color you can see right there. Beautiful markings and just the greatest disposition as well. She's super calm. I just really love holding this animal. And I love her nice rusty red tail. Although she's not a true red tail, she's every bit as good as far as I'm concerned. And there's a close-up of the Barranquilla, so you can just see the beautiful pattern. She's kind of got a circle back pattern and the beautiful colors. I don't know how well they're showing up on camera, but she's got this really cool color. It's kind of a mixture of orange and magenta with some pink thrown in there as well. And it's even more so on her sides. I don't know if you can see that or not, but just a really awesome animal. I've got another female and a male, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully breeding these guys in another maybe 3 years or so. I hope you enjoyed this look at some of my 2019 and 2020 holdback boas, and it gave you an idea of some of the projects that I'm going to have coming down the pipeline in the next few years here at Brian Boas. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot me a line. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your boas.